Hello class 7th, I am here with a topic from the writing section today. It is very important for you to learn letter writing. So you can see we are going to discuss letter writing today, and both the kinds of letter writing, formal and informal, we will discuss here through this lecture. Okay, let's start letter writing, formal and informal. Letter writing. What is letter writing? Letter writing is one of the very effective modes of communication. In the pictures you can see certain old ways or modes of communication. Earlier people, they used to inscribe on the rocks, and they used to leave their messages while inscribing on the rocks in the picture 1. And second is through the messengers who used to carry the messages from one place to the other. And another mode of communication used to be through the pigeons. You can see in picture number 3, pigeons, they used to carry the messages from one place to another, one kingdom to another, one person to other person. Okay, so letter writing actually is a very effective mode of communication. Now, letter writing. What is a letter? Letter is a written message from one person to another, usually put in an envelope and sent by the post, right? But these days, you know, there are many other ways of sending the messages, but here we will focus only on the letter writing. Letter writing is an important channel of communication between people who are geographically distant from one another. Geographically distant means you who are staying very far from a person. Okay, a person, for example, is staying in HP and is trying to Himachal Pradesh and is trying to send his message to a person staying in Delhi. Okay, or in Mumbai, okay, or in some other country. That is why it is written that it's a channel of communication between people who are geographically distant from one another. In earlier times, when the telephone, mobiles and email were not available, the only means of communication between people was through letters. So I was telling you that these days there are other ways, other modes of communication like telephone, mobile phones, emails, and there are many social apps these days, you know, mobile apps through which we can communicate. But in earlier times, when they were unavailable, then letter writing or sending message through letters was in vogue, was in fashion. Letter writing is an art. A skillfully written letter can smooth troubled waters and heal wounded feelings. You can understand, if the letter is written skillfully, properly, then it can give pleasure, it can heal the wounded feelings, it can remove the trouble of other person. Okay, so now let's discuss types of letters. You know, you have already discussed in the previous class. Types of letters are two. One is formal and other is informal. In general, there are two types of letters: formal, that are written to convey official business and information. Okay, the letters which are written to convey some official and business information to someone. Okay, in such letters we are not supposed to express our feelings and emotions and sentiments. We have to write the formal language. Okay, because they are being sent to some office for some purpose. It may be business purpose, it may be official purpose, it may be some important information to be provided. Okay, that is why they are called formal letters. And informal letters, which are personal letters to communicate with friends and family. So the informal letters in which we can express our feelings, emotions, they are written to our relatives, our friends, our parents. Okay, now points to remember: weightage, Yeah, it has written 6 marks, but it is in the senior classes. For you, it would be 5 marks. It should be 5 instead of 6. Okay, and if it be 6, then I will tell you the division of marks. And when it is of 5 marks, how the marks will be divided, I am telling you. And the word limit will be 80 to 100 words for you. If you are writing how many for 5 marks. It may be 60 to 80 also in some of the cases. And the time available, you have to complete writing the letter within 10 to 15 minutes approximately. Division of marks: if the letter is of 5 marks, then format will carry 1 mark, content will carry 2.5 marks, and expression will carry 1.5 mark. Content is the main body and expression is the grammatical accuracy and spellings, okay, and your expression overall. And if the letter is of 6 marks, then the division of marks will be like: format will be of 1 mark, content will be of 3 marks, and expression will be of 2 marks. Okay. Now letter writing, formal and informal. First, formal letter types. What is included in these formal letters? For example, letter to the principal. In your case, for the classes from 6th to 8th, it is important. You have to write the letters to the principal or school authorities regarding admissions, school issues, requirements, or suitability of courses, etc. And in the senior classes, the scope is great. Then you people, it will be like business or official letters for making inquiries, registering complaints, asking for and giving information, placing orders, sending replies. Okay, but these types are not in your syllabus. You have to write the letters to the principal and the school authorities. They are also called applications. Second is informal letter types, and they include letters to friends, parents and relatives, etc. about well-being, invitation for some function, advising for something, asking for some favor, etc. Okay. Now components of format. Okay, what are the components of format of both formal and informal letters? When you will be writing a formal letter, there will be 8 parts. Okay, and when you will be writing an informal letter, there will be 6 parts. Formal letter. At the very first, at the top, you are supposed to write the sender's address. Then after, you have to mention date. Then after, you have to write receiver's address. Then the subject or the heading. Okay, subject you have to write. Then the salutation. Salutation, you know, sir, madam, respected sir, dear father. That is called salutation. And then the main body of the letter means the main content where you will write. And here you have to write 60 to 80 or 80 to 100 words. Okay, main body of the letter. And then the complimentary clause means you write thanking you, best regards, but with the best wishes. That is complimentary clause. And at the last, subscription, that means yours faithfully, yours sincerely, yours affectionately, and then your name and signature. Okay, these are total 8 parts. And in informal letters, you can see sender's address, formal, informal, same. Date, formal, informal, same. But in informal letters, you have not to mention receiver's address. Okay, that is not written here. Then subject is also not written in the informal letters. Salutation, you have to write same as informal letter. Main body of the letter, that is the main part of the letter, same as formal letter. Then complimentary clause and subscription, they remain the same as in the formal and informal letter. So the only difference between formal and informal is that receiver's address and subject are not mentioned in informal letter. Okay, they are mentioned only in formal letters. So these are the components of the format for each kind of these letters. Now let's see formal letters, a skeletal outline, how to write a formal letter. Okay, so at the top, sender's address, then the date, then the receiver's address, then the salutation, sir or madam, respected sir, respected madam, honorable sir. Then you have to mention subject. This is the outline of formal letter. Okay, formal only. Then the body of the letter after subject. Your reason for writing in this body of the letter, you have to mention why are you writing this letter. If there is More than one means the reasons are if more than one, then clearly mention the fact that you are presenting, make list and put the facts in a logical order. Okay, you have to give the details in a sequence, in a logical order. What you want the person receiving the letter to do for you, that is also to be mentioned. Then complimentary clause like with love, with regards, with good wishes, etc. Then the subscription, that is yours faithfully, signature, name of the person, designation if any. So that was the skeletal outline of the formal letters. Now in formal letters, a skeletal outline. Here you have to mention the sender's address, means you have to write the sender's address, then date is to be mentioned, it is written there. Then the salutation, direct salutation, that is dear father, dear friend, okay, uncle, you have to write that. And then the body of the letter will carry beginning, middle and end according to the question. Then the complimentary clause with love, with regards, with good wishes, etc. And the subscription, you sincerely, friendly, etc. And name of the person with signature, you can also put signature here. Okay, that was the outline for informal letters. Now here is the example, one example for how to write a formal letter. Okay, please pay attention. At the first it is written, nowadays all the parts of a letter are aligned on the left. This style is called the full block style. In the olden times, these parts were written in both the sides. Some of them were written on the right side and then left side, and commas etc. were also used. Here too you are finding some comma, but commas are not required in these kinds of letters which are called full block style, and they are all the parts are aligned on to the left. You can see beginnings from the left. So at the top, this is a formal letter to the principal of your school for the change of section from section B to A. So at the top, address has been given, address of the student who is writing the letter. But I am telling you that these are also called applications, so, and you are also staying in the same school, so if you will not be mentioning the sender's address here, then it will work. Okay, you may directly start with the receiver's address. But still, let's see. Shagun, roll number 11, section B, class 7th, Model Public School, Dehradun. Then the principal, you will be understanding something is missing here. What is missing here? One of the components of one of the parts of the letter, formal letters, it is date. Yes, after this sender's address, date is to be written. You have to write the date. Okay, date April 28th, 2020. Then the principal, Model Public School, Dehradun, same school. It is subject is, you can see subject, application for change of section from B to A. Then salutation in the form of respected madam. Then main body of the letter. With humble submission, I would like to draw your kind attention towards the subject cited above and want to say that I am a student of class 7th section B in your school. I want to change my section from B to A as most of my friends are in other section and I feel uncomfortable in my section. Hence you are kindly requested to change my section. I will be thankful. Full has not been written here. I will be thankful to you for this. Dear students, you may also give your own views, okay, favorable views why you want to change the section. There may be many views regarding it. There is no need to follow only the same as have been given here in this slide. You may also add your own views here. With regards, yours sincerely, then your signature, and then below signature you have to write your name, or if you write your name, then you have always to put your signature above your names. Okay, oftenly people commit this mistake. They put signature below the name. Actually, the signature are put above the name. Okay. Now, here is another sample of an informal letter. It is write a letter to your father requesting him to send you some money to buy new books. Okay. So here you can see only the sender's address is given. Boys hostel, because you are staying far from your home. You are staying in a hostel of a school. and you wanted to have some money, so that is why you are writing a letter to your father. So you are mentioning your own address here, Boys Hostel, room number 3, Gandhi Chowk, Hamirpur. Okay, and then the date has been mentioned here, April 28, 2020. And salutation, then no receivers, no subject, and receiver's address, no subject has been mentioned here. Then direct salutation, dear father, and then the main body of the letter. I am fine here, and hope that you all will also be fine. You know, these such kind of lines you cannot write in the formal letters. You will be glad to know that I have passed in the 6th class examination. I stood first in my class. Now I have to buy new textbooks and notebooks for the next class. I have also to pay my school fees. So please send me rupees 3000 by money order or through net banking. Okay, there are many other ways to send the monies these days. You can mention them also. Through net banking as soon as possible. Please convey my regards to my mother and love to my younger brother. Thank you. Yours affectionately. You may write with love. You may write all the best. You may write take care, etc. Then you have to write your name, and above your name you will put your signature. Okay. So this was the example of informal letters. Now note down the homework. You have to write these 6 letters, 3 formal, 3 informal, and 2 we have already discussed in the slides. You have to note them down also in your notebooks. Total 8 letters, 4 plus 4, 4 informal, 4 formal letters. So the first is write an informal letter to your father, to your brother. Yes, informal letter to your brother counseling him for getting failed in class 7th. Then write a formal letter to your principal for shortage of water in your school. You are Akshita, you are invited to attend the marriage of sister of your best friend, but you could not attend it due to some reasons. Write a letter congratulating your friend and telling him why you were unable to attend. Write a letter to your uncle thanking him for a birthday present. Write an application to the principal of your school requesting him for the remittance of fine, right? Then 6th is write an application to your principal requesting him to issue you a school leaving certificates. So this is your homework. I hope you might have understood the difference between informal and formal letters, and how to write a formal as well as informal letter in a proper format. If you face any problem, you may make a call to me. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay indoors. It was your teacher, Narinder Kumar, Visit English, Naleti. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you very much.